Hey everyone, welcome to BombSquad. I'm Dan Stacy, and you are about to witness my nerdy family and I use silly voices and exploding dice to tell a good story. And we're trying to wrap up before 1 a.m. So, real quick, RPG MRE shout out.
I blanked.
Christmas white
Christmas
Christmas.
white peppermint protein shake.
Link in the description
yes.
below for his video on the recipe. Hashtag BombSquad RPG anniversary for the giveaway. And
You're the mushroom cloud after.
I think that's it. So we'll dive into the next whaley episode of BombSquad. And we dive back in. So, where we left off, the party bit sweet is
Bit the dust, and I
Never.
a little bit. You guys had garnered passage with through House Tajeka and the connections of the sea turtle, and you are on the Tajeka's Jewel. You've been on the ship for 3 weeks, traveling. There's been a lot to do. Tiri was able to get the dwarves on there as well from her connections there at Port Drews, the dwarves she met there. And so they're somewhere on the ship,
Yeah.
too. Adela is somewhere on the ship as well. The sea elf who kind of manages House Tajeka for the Lord and Lady Tajeka, their cousin. And you guys spent some time beating up sailors to make sure they were in tip-top shape and do some ninja training. Ingrid filled her pockets with stuff from other people's pockets and kept the ship in tip-top shape with Brick's help, as well as a drinking game from Brick, where he successfully Willy Wonka'd his way into the people's hearts. Our hero kept a sharp eye out, planted some flares for early warning, which gave you guys some help in noticing things as soon as they happened. And Iliad made a preteen fall in love with him and made a lot of money singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was good.
I guess with Ingrid it's a take and a give. Get it?
Yes.
No, actually I don't.
A give and take, but she takes.
I'm a
You
take.
give,
he's a
I
give.
take.
Okay.
Yes. Anywho, so after all of this, 3 weeks out on the seas, headed for the archipelago of Iaclasi, where the capital Avasun, our hero's homeland, is. You are about a week away from there when, as Ingrid and Brick were having a little quiet chat about their pasts, mostly Ingrid, suddenly, cannon fire, Arcuro's flares go off. The 2 ships that you guys kind of thought were iffy have started attacking the other 2 mercenary ships. And you also were notified by the guards that the vault that carries the most precious valuables was breached, and a couple of you spotted some strange activity from certain people. Following them, you all found yourselves by different paths through windows and doors into a suite where it seems the elf and the bald man you had met a while back when our hero first showed up, who had been disguising himself as someone else, were staying in that suite, and they had their whole team there, and they decided to fisticuffs with you guys, and went just under 2 rounds, when suddenly, you found that this mage they had with them is dangerous and bloodthirsty, so Tiri took care of that, smashing him into a window, out the window. His friend was barely able to catch him as he went unconscious flying through that window. Caught him despite Tiri's best effort. Then suddenly, as our hero was about to stand up and do something, the whole ship rocked almost vertical to one side and then rocked the other, or this way and then this way, and several of you went sliding. Ingrid is now hanging onto her cane. She's climbed back up onto her cane and is flying outside, but is now several feet away from the ship. And Iliad and Tiri were the only ones to keep their footing as the ship is now like this. Tiri's hanging onto a banister. Air high five. Which like you guys are looking at each other.
But there's one other thing, though, for Iliad to notice. I'm not carrying Pim Pam. I put her down outside the door.
I didn't know that.
She's in
You
the.
did see her do that.
She's in the
Iliad.
armored
Iliad.
she's in the
I saw you
armored
do
papoose that was on my back.
Yeah.
Outside the door, so if the ship is tipping.
She's sliding. That's true. Thank you. I didn't.
Collateral
think about
damage.
that. Let me
Kill
throw
the
her-
people.
Kill the people. So, a couple things we've got to pick up on. There was a huge attack by the
give you a legend
mage
point if I could.
before Tiri took him out. Ingrid, you wanted to roll a defend on that to stop the damage.
Yeah.
So let's roll that
Yeah.
defend.
I was thinking, like, I could either... Okay, I was thinking I could agility that. I was hoping to try to get out of the way of that.
Get out of the range. Yeah, you can do that because it's an area attack. It's in a certain area. So
And I'm not at disadvantage because I shook off the demoralized.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you
Okay.
bolstered your agility when Iliad bolstered, so your agility is bolstered as well.
Oh, okay. I
You
forgot
chose
about
to do agility.
Okay. So yay. 4, 30, 36, 38.
Awesome. Okay, so this
done.
I did
Akira,
get
did
above
you
the
want to defend
33.
against it, or were you taking the hit?
I'm gonna take the hit.
You took the
Well
hit.
done.
The Banes that were going to go on, they're gone. When he dropped to 0, the Banes disappeared. You guys slid this way. So what's happened is, Ingrid, you quickly got on your cane and just out of the area of where you could feel. It's almost like you could feel it pulling you to a certain place, and you just kind of sped away from it. And then as you're doing that, you're like, wait a second, the ship is going, it started to get closer to you, and then it just rushed away from you. And as you look out, you're splashed with water. You're just drenched in water. As you wipe it from your eyes, and you hear Malik going, "Oh, I hate it! I hate it!"
Does she begin melting?
She does not begin to melt. No, it's a great question.
Tiri like writes in her journal.
Didn't melt.
Didn't melt. Huh, not
Does
really
not
a
melt
witch.
with water.
It is salt water. I don't know if it makes a difference.
More tests needed.
While everyone else is sliding around and trying to hold on to things, Iliad, you can choose. We're kind of in initiative because you guys, it was still kind of your turn, so we're going to wrap up your turn, and then it'll change into probably a challenge event here. Iliad, if you want to choose to interrupt action and rescue Pim Pam, you can do that.
I invoke my lucky on behalf of Pim Pam.
On behalf of Pim Pam, all right.
It's how my lucky perk works.
Okay, yes, that's true. So you know what's going to happen is she's going to slide right to you. You kind of stumble.
And I spread my legs. Whoop!
Tiri would kill you. Zach would kill you.
Tiri can see you.
It's true.
Iliad goes, snaps back into reality. Oh my god.
How
that was
old
so
are you?
good.
18.
18.
I'm little. I've never been a parent.
Babies.
Babies, yeah. So Tiri, you can actually, you're probably
Just
thinking that as you
silver,
grab
man.
on,
Yeah, yeah.
you're seeing the way the ship rolls and the way Iliad is like, you can see him like, he's almost like spider crawling as the ship almost goes. And the way he's moving, you just see Pim Pam they work together and he just slides in. Metronome slides in right next to Pim Pam. And you have both of them in
Wait,
your
I
arms.
missed, they all slid right to me.
Yeah, yes. So you have both in your hands. She is still in the whole
Which one
carrier
was that?
as well.
Like, what did you just do?
Oh, that was the metronome.
Okay, you weren't tossing.
You
Pim
can't-
Yeah,
Pam.
Pim Pam
No,
goes in
but
the
Pim
pocket.
Pam-
Got the metronome.
Okay, that was Pim Pam.
She's like in the baby carrier.
Yeah.
She's in a
Throw her on your
papoose,
back
right? Yeah.
if you want.
So you
Yeah,
can
so
sling her
that's
on the back.
that's what I was being sarcastic.
Anywho, we're wasting too much time on that.
Right, yeah.
He nimbly slips
Yes.
the papoose right onto him and stuffs the metronome right next to Pim
Can I
Pam.
do something?
Yes, in just a minute. I want to describe what Ingrid sees while she's out there, because now she is kind of out flying out. You see that what looks like the sun is starting to rise. So there's light now just filtering in. You four all roll 2d6 for the wrap up of that battle, so I can know what that
these
looks
ships?
like. Yep.
5, 10.
Okay.
Explode.
7,
Okay. They do explode, yes.
11.
Okay.
They win.
14.
14. Okay. So what happens, the starboard side ones, which you can just barely see over the tip ship, you see they're taking out the pirate ship, is what we'll say. The two mercenary ships that are good
Are taking
the one
out.
is kind of disabled that got smashed in, but the other one has come around and has maneuvered so that they could broadside from both sides, and they've just kind of decimated that ship. The other ship on this side, though,
On our side.
where the two masts were down, has now boarded one of them and is just decimating the other one. And you can see that the boarders from the pirate ship are winning that fight over there. So 50-50 on how that's going. Does that make sense? You have your confused face.
Yeah. No, but which side is closer to us? The side that the
You
pirates
are
are
on-
winning?
You are, well, technically you're out where am I? I'm turned around. You're out the stern, so this is the stern of the ship, which makes this starboard. So you're closer to the starboard side.
I thought you said it was the port.
The port side is where they are losing.
Oh.
So if this is the back of the ship,
So
port,
we're towards the winning side.
you are closer to the winning side. Yeah.
Okay.
It's about 200 feet wide ship, 250 probably. So good distance that way. But so the ship is tipped like this, right? The bow is down.
Right.
Yeah, almost. And the prow of the ship is down, and the stern is up. And what you see is what looks like, as the water comes out of your eyes, a
getting
massive
nauseous.
island is just there, and the ship has been caught on a mountain of stuff as it just came up from underneath it and picked the ship up, and the bottom of it is all ripped up. Those fins that are flapping are all mangled and smashed. There's bits of sail, and it's just crushed on the bottom. And as you look closer, it's not an island. It's like coral reef. You would probably know that with your sailing background. You'd have some idea of this stuff. From a distance, it looks like almost like a paradise island of all these brightly colored, strange, constructions that is coral reef. And looking straight down beneath you is a giant eye that seems filmed over, and you recognize that look of death in its eye. Meanwhile, Tiri and Iliad,
Is it a dead whale?
Yes.
It's a dead.
We're on the way.
A dead whale island.
Island. I'm just shouting that out.
You guys can hear that through the chaos of now sliding against the wall.
Oh, I
so
don't like there's water
Arkiro,
down below me.
Ingrid, Arkiro, Iliad, and Brick can all do something.
Is that
Tiri used up her
Thassalophonia?
turn
What
last
is that?
round.
Yeah, you
last
know that thing where you
episode.
don't like. Chris is worse.
Is that
You're afraid of
Thassalophonia? What's
No, I'm not afraid of water.
Wait.
But there's
No,
that,
that would
thought
be-
of something in the water underneath you.
is
when
that
it's
fear
really
of a lot of tiny holes?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Comment
deep. A lot
below.
of tiny holes.
You have to Google it. Somebody Google
it's-
it. So what do you guys want to do?
Don't- Whatever
Let's do
the
this
word
quick.
is, don't Google it. It's twisted.
Okay.
Don't Google it.
Whatever the word is. Did you hear that? Don't Google it.
Oh, you'll catch as well as the battle's finishing too. The
Are the other ships on the island?
they're caught up. Yeah, the starboard side is getting caught up in it because there's a sudden wave. The starboard side, actually, 2 of the ships get caught up on the island as well as this whale surfaces. The other ones are caught in basically a tsunami as this island-sized whale
Erupted.
comes
The
out
last
of the
of
It's
water.
dead.
It's
It has the
Thalassophobia.
essence of
Sorry.
death.
Huh?
It did make a sound, and the eye is moving, but it's like glazed over as if death is coming. You can roll a perception as a minor action as well to see more. So what do you guys want to do?
How big is this whale? It's like
An island
Big enough to be an
size,
island.
obviously.
that's like
I see 4.
bigger
What
than
does
a-
that mean?
That's how he measures.
I was just
One-
scratching.
Sorry, what'd you get?
4.
How many
4.
chin scritches?
Okay.
It's
Nothing.
like the opposite of going
It's thalassophobia.
thalassophobia.
Thalassophobia, not thassallophobia.
What does it have to do with stuff in the water?
It's the fear of stuff being beneath you in water.
Oh wait.
Oh, really?
So like the fear of being in the ocean because there's stuff beneath you
Beneath
that you can't see.
So with a 4, the eye makes eye contact with you, and it looks.
How big is
sad.
the eye?
It's probably
The
about.
whale eye.
I don't know why
like
I'm-
as
you're
big as
seeing
this. Maybe the full distance of our house. So. What
It's
is
a
that?
whale eye.
Right, but the whale is the size of an island, of a good-sized island. I mean, it's this ship is 250 feet by like 1,000 feet, and it's just caught in a part of the island.
So you'd be hard pressed to even say, is it looking at me? Because of how big the eye is.
Fair, or it's always looking at you. So,
Very true.
It's just, it looks sad, and
No.
you see some kind of chaos under the water. You just catch glimpses of some kind of chaos going under the water. You also have to roll a will now, since you rolled such a low perception, because you see things moving on the whale.
Yuck.
Go roll my gold dice.
All right.
Here's my D20. Here's my D6.
She's one of those.
Oh, okay. 14.
14. All right. You are not demoralized, but you're shaken as you realize there seem to be humanoid figures crawling across the coral reef, and there's a lot of bones showing on them. And you start to catch little glimpses of other broken ships that are like caught in the coral reef and all dilapidated from being underwater for a long time.
Zombie land.
So, what are you guys doing?
I do shout that.
So it's
Dead
What-
Whale Island. You can hear Ingrid.
Dead Whale Island. Dead guys.
And do we remember, like, oh,
You could remember
the whale?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do we have any indication that our enemies are a part of this?
Well, they're all
New
smashed up against the
development.
wall, other than the rogue who you can't see.
I would gather they are not.
Yes.
how close am I to one of the Tajeka?
To where she is.
Yeah.
You're not positive of the exact room, but she's probably on this deck in this realm of suites. So it's probably one of these suites if it's not this. Since it's not
Even the
this one.
captain
No, the captain's probably above.
out of range
For
if I got to him. or her?
Oh, so you're 4 decks down, we said,
Yeah.
from the top, which is where you last saw her. So that's probably, with a double move, you could get up there easy.
Okay.
But if we teleport, we start sinking.
What?
If we teleported,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
we have a big gash in the hull.
That's okay. We get to our location.
But we land in the water and then we go.
If the ring isn't broken.
If the what?
If the ring of magic runes isn't broken.
Is it
Also, if they haven't figured out a way to interrupt it to say you teleport to wherever we
Sure.
want.
I guess I need to.
That was the bit I was meaning to tell Nori.
No.
So I'm just in terms of what we need to do. I'm just thinking about like what's our purpose at this point.
My view is let's get these guys to 0.
Okay.
Because they're like they're the biggest problem right now. If we leave?
Yeah.
They've already come back twice.
Yeah.
Twice?
No, this is the first time they've come back.
Well, they've been mentioned twice.
Yeah.
Yes, but Felicity talked about them. The other thing I'll mention is they're shouting and freaking out. That's clear.
What does it take?
Whether that changes your decision or not.
What does it take to pull the bunny?
Pull the bunny.
I have the bunny.
Minor
Yeah.
action, I think.
Because Ingrid.
We'll
can
say
still
that. I
move.
don't have it up in front of me.
A minor
Sorry,
action.
Stash.
So.
But yeah, we'll say a minor action.
Okay.
Can do that?
So in terms of healing, all that kind of stuff, depending on what you want to be able to do, especially if it's a minor action, both Brick and I could use that. And then if you had a major action still to be able to do something else to be able to help us.
I didn't interrupt.
You didn't interrupt,
for
that's
mine,
right.
but I can do the bunny as a minor.
Yes.
And the
You gotta-
bunny's healing, and what is it, a 1d8?
Yeah, let's do a 1d8. I think it was power level 3, if I remember right. I just don't have it in front of me. But, and it would be one of you.
Oh, just one.
Yeah.
So I would do Brick.
How damaged are you?
I have 7 left.
I have
You still have all of yours, don't you?
most of mine. I have 26 of 28 left.
Oh,
I
okay.
just don't have. I have no movement now. I have no movement.
Oh, you're-
And my armor is down, but I have only taken 2 damage on Brick.
Yeah, so
That
you're
just
seeing
means-
flashing. I think when you're sliding, you see a bright flash of Brick's shield color, and then it just flashes bright, and then it's gone.
Okay.
And you're getting warning lights, shield low.
Right.
Ajax is
Is
trying
heal
to figure out
6
what to do.
better than that?
Power level 6?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then
But you have to roll.
To
Nope,
get up.
Oh,
I don't
I
because I'm
gotcha.
going to throw a whitish liquid in a thingy towards our hero. I can only do 1, or can I throw 2?
I'll let you throw 2, but you have to roll for it
Okay.
at disadvantage.
Would she be able to do the minor action of the bunny and do one of those?
No, because she used her major for a defend.
Okay.
Normal, she could probably do that if she hadn't, but this is just a minor action.
Gotcha.
So throw 2. You'll be at disadvantage 2 since you're trying to hit 2 people.
Okay. Disadvantage 2.
Otherwise, or you could just do one of them and you just get to do it.
I'm gonna do a legend point, and then I'm gonna be able to just do disadvantage 1
Sounds good.
and try hit them.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Okay, and then take out the highest.
Yep.
And then, but I add all 3, or no?
Yeah, that's a fair question. Let's do it that way. That's fine for now. That's fine.
Okay. 26.
27 with the legend.
27.
Yeah.
With the legend. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, that succeeds.
So what
So
do we
I
get?
throw 2 little vials of this translucent whitish liquid and tell you guys to drink it.
Actually, what happens is you hit them. Your challenge rating was their guard.
Oh.
So glass vials break over
Don't
you
worry,
guys.
guys. It tastes like honey
Whitish
and grass.
liquid. Yes, you taste the honey and grass. It just pours over your suit, and you're just like, what? What does it do? It starts to glow a little bit. You just feel a warmth inside you as it fills, and it just like seeps into your armor and kind of dissolves into it.
So let's heal 6.
And all of a sudden, you see your shield go. Boop, boop, boop. It's like I don't understand. We got slimed and we got energy.
Don't question it.
Yeah.
So what's heal 6 do?
Heal 6 is 2d8.
Okay.
So both Austin and Ryan roll 2d8 for a heal.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, explodes. Very nice.
I only have one of those,
17.
right?
17. Nice. You heal 17.
Oh, my gosh.
That's your that's your
12.
heal. You
I had 4.
you had 4. Yeah.
Jeez, I have 3 more of those.
Yes.
Can I attack?
Yeah.
Itching.
Kill
Sling the
something!
baby around you.
Go for it.
And
Tighten the belt. Pat my metronome. Time to get dirty. With this little elfy voice.
I feel like
I
Pim
slick
Pam
my
giggles
hair.
when he says that.
What's that?
I feel like Pim Pam giggles when you say that. She's like peeking over your shoulder.
Now, I have to ask if I can even use this. I would like to use Lethal Strike because they are unaware? Question mark?
I'd say that's fair. They're a little distracted with falling. But yeah, you're definitely,
Okay.
you rolled high enough to stay standing. So yeah.
And I want to use my D20 and a legend point.
All right. As long as it's a successful attack, you can add a d20.
Oh, that's right.
But
Okay.
it probably will be.
So,
Because
what do I use for that?
now, are you going to approach them and stab, or are you throwing a dagger?
I'm thinking I want to do like one of those side, like, what am I trying to say? You know, the feet go up in the air. A little bit of twist and
Oh, okay. Are
Double
you going to try and
dagger.
hit both of them?
if I can, how much will that puts me at disadvantage?
Disadvantage 2 for 2 targets.
So disadvantage 1 because you have a legend point.
Yeah. I'm not even seeing where did it go?
But he gets to keep
Feet.
an attribute die.
Yeah. I still got to think about that.
Agility.
But I like how we're doing it for now. I think it's
What's
good.
your agility?
2d6. Agility, yeah, 2d6. Yeah. D6, D6.
Oh, and you have an advantage from lethal damage. So you're actually rolling a straight roll with an extra die.
It's 3.
3d6, keeping all 3. Just straight.
Keeping all 3.
Yep.
And if I succeed, then I can roll another
You
d20.
can add a d20 to that, because it's basically adding to the
Jam.
damage.
Come on. Ah!
Their guard is reduced because they're prone right now.
8, 10, 14, but do I keep them all?
14.
Yep,
and
you
then
keep
15
all of them. 15 with the
with the
legend
plus
point. Okay. Let me just check on knockdown here. It is -2 guard from melee attacks.
Can I give him my d20 to attack?
You have to succeed.
You could, but he has to succeed.
Oh, okay.
So we have, you're hitting the gunslinger. What'd you roll? 15?
Yeah.
Minimum damage on that one, so that one's successful. Let me just check. You're hitting the Bohan. CK. That succeeds. They both succeed, so go ahead and roll the d20. You're doing 3 and 4.
Green as it is.
You just made it.
17!
17. All right. So that,
Salad.
whew, okay. You stab in, the Bohan just has these druid robes on, and you feel your blade just go right through, and you know you got him because of your background and what you did when you were a little younger. You knew exactly where to hit, right in there, and you hear a little, and he passes out.
He's at 0.
Yep.
Whoosh.
Bohan's at 0, because he got hit by they both got hit by the grenade launcher, basically.
Yeah.
So they're
Right,
pretty
I
hard.
remember
And that was 17 on top of the 17 plus...
32 with 15. If that makes a difference.
Right,
Carry the
yes. 32,
Add the 5.
and that's 15.
And divide by 4.
So,
Of course.
same thing.
Seems
You
legit.
slice into both of them,
Wow.
and you hear both of them, they inhale a little bit. And you know that sound. There's a brief flash.
Pam giggles.
But it's
As you-
more of a.
Should we be laughing?
As you slam into it and you hear that inhale breath, you get a flash memory come back to you.
I was just going to ask.
Yeah. And several things. You remember your first couple kills. And then you see Fennec. You just see his face. And then you remember climbing into that window and hearing that voice say, Who is it? Iliad. I didn't think it would be you. And that just flashes before you.
Am I frozen?
No, it's just that moment. I mean, as you stabbed in, and just that all comes back to you.
You're 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, carrying on.
So it's me and Brick.
Yep.
So, who did he stab? The druid.
Gunslinger and Druid.
And they're
So
both
they're
zero.
down?
both
They're
down.
0.
Okay,
Any
yeah.
other attack on them is going to be a finishing blow.
So it's the big guy.
And the rogue who is MIA currently.
Oh, the girl.
Yep.
Was that the one who stole our stuff that I tackled?
That would be a fair assumption. You thought it was a boy at the time.
Okay.
But it turns out
So
Iliad's not the only one that
girl
makes
house.
that mistake.
It's on Netflix.
She had a different voice at the time, but so it could be someone different.
Do you want to go after her, or do you want to? And I.
What is what?
I'm shouting, Mook Mahara! Whoa, okay!
What do I know?
And you hit Archero and Brick in the head with bottles.
Okay,
What do
sorry.
you know?
You guys
No.
don't. Mook Mahara!
What
is the sea
Yes.
god?
Deity of the sea. Seas are bad.
Oh,
whales and
the-
deserts.
what the
I don't know what it
Dreki-
means, but it means some...
Oh.
He
said?
offhandedly would say stuff, yeah.
So what would Brick be able to know just from what has happened? Because what Brick has seen is the ship is shook,
Yeah.
and it doesn't appear to be from the pirates.
For sure, yeah. Not them. You all kind of are slamming into the wall. You guys are still sliding.
Do I understand the gravity of what actually just happened?
For like Iliad? Oh no, you.
No,
yeah,
I mean
the
the whale.
Oh, yeah, you could definitely remember the myth, and she's saying dead whale. I mean, it's kind of up to you what you think Brick would put together. If you want to roll for it, I could put a challenge rating on it. But I would say, yeah, you could put. I mean, I don't know if you could think exactly what Ingrid is looking at.
To Brick, that story was just weird and creepy.
Right. But now she's shouting dead whale, and there's been a rumble. Waters come splashing in. You heard the sound of a whale.
I can't see anything.
You could roll a perception.
I think I'd
you're,
like
you're falling
to do
down.
that.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll a perception. Because that can count as insight as well.
Oh, nat 20.
Ooh, okay.
5, so 25. Where were you? Where were you?
43.
43 total.
Your insight.
Wait, no,
Your
that's the
insight
next
is
one.
superb.
I want to know what he got.
No, because I know he's done. He's done
He
now.
got an 18 again.
No,
Good.
it doesn't count on the
Good.
floor. Wait, so 43 is the total?
No, I ended on an 18. Sorry.
Okay.
It was
And
only
that
one
was an
nat 20.
18.
Just
on the ground.
irregardless.
Disregardless.
So you're kind of,
Enough.
we'll say you're starting to try and stand up. Again, the ship it's not exactly standing up. You're just kind of getting your footing. and hands to get up, and you see out. You can see a portion as you look down. Let's say it's shaped what you see a sploosh of water come up, and you see a bit of the coral reef. You can catch the edge of it here, and you see the ships over here trying to deal with the tsunami wave that's just come up, and they're rocking in it. And you can see Ingrid out there just pointing down and shouting "dead whale." And Ajax is like, "Don't question."
All right. Is the ship tipping, like about to fall over?
It doesn't feel like it's moving right now, but every once in a while there's like shudders. You know, it's not stable anymore.
But I would know a safe place to go.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Honestly, you could a corner right now between a wall and a floor. You could almost stand upright.
All right. Yeah. I think Brick is going to. Is the big guy still aware?
Yeah. He's shouting, "Arya! Help!"
I'm gonna go and stand up, and if I can, walk over to the unconscious mage and pick him up and put him over my shoulders like this. And I'm gonna... I don't know if I wanna... How much movement do I have
15 feet.
with that? But
Because
what
you
about
stood up.
other actions?
Major and minor, you still have. Oh, you could use your major to then go another 30, but then you couldn't do anything other than a minor. 15 gets you kind of next to the mage.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up the
Kinda
mage.
Hop over our Kiro. Okay.
And wow, it works.
Yeah, it does.
Can I grab at whatever his name is on the ground?
Yeah, you don't know.
Baldy.
Baldy. I want to grab him by the collar and try to like pick him up and say, "This is no time for stealing,"
Okay, all right.
and put him on his feet.
Yeah, roll your presence. And if you roll against higher than his resolve, he'll listen to what you say.
I will use a legend point
All right. Because I want this to happen. I want it to happen.
You've downed the whole, we've downed the party, and you're just like picking up the boss and his mage.
But isn't that like double insult?
There it is.
That earns it. This needs to bring the conflict to an end. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go pinball through that other set of rooms to hunt down the other one, which is what's coming next.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. So presence.
Presence, yep.
So I'm pretty sure that is a 1d8 for both. Yes. All right.
So 2d8, advantage on top of that.
You get 2 advantage. Right?
Well, he's keeping an extra die.
2 legend points.
Okay.
He's
Two by
red one.
you.
Okay.
And that 8 explodes.
So rolling 3d8, keeping the 2 highest. Was that d20 nice to you again?
34.
34.
Nice.
That
Finally, there.
definitely
Including a bonus
does
for
it.
legend
Oh,
point.
plus 2.
2. Oh, man.
So 36.
Very nice. He's gonna look at you and attempt to stand up. Yep. I hear you. Gotta keep the team together. And he's gonna want to take the mage from you, whether you let him or not. Is up to
I
you.
push him out towards safe area.
Okay, he's gonna stumble next to the 2. And there's Iliad with bloody knives. Staring at
And a
him.
baby.
And a baby. And he's just gonna kind of.
Which is the episode title, Bloody Knives and a Baby.
That is good, actually. He doesn't say anything to you. He just shrugs. Part of the job. Picks both of them up and starts dragging them. Arya! All of a sudden, Arkira, what do you want to do? Because this might change.
I mean, this changes everything.
Yeah.
You know what Mukmahara is.
I do know what Mukmahara is.
Yeah. And so you're taking, you 100%. I don't know if you can quite grasp the scale, but you know.
From
what
my
it is.
stories, from our scholars and from our
Yeah. You've read
the
them
stories
as-
and legends and things like that. I can pretty much fathom. I know what an island is. I know how
Yeah. Yep.
I can. That's how big it is. That's how big it is. And I mean, trying to be able to, I think safety wise. So seeing that Brick is okay, Ingrid's doing fine. Tiri probably wouldn't let me pick her up at this point. I think. Can I roll precog?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I want to know whether or not I'm helping, being able to get people out, or I want to fly out to be able to observe and to be able to get a better idea of what needs to happen next, or how I can be of help, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And be able to use my observant. Okay. 19.
19. All right. That gets you power level 4, so I think you're good.
So again, the question is, do I stay and help, or do I go? But I guess it has to be. I guess it can only be a yes/no question to you.
Well, you get vague symbol. It's a little bit more with the power level
Yeah.
you're getting. And it's more to me. It's what's the best course of action.
Correct.
Is basically what you're looking for.
Yep.
So you can see Tiri's fine. Iliad's doing quite well. This guy, Brick, and this guy can handle these two.
Yep.
You don't know where Nori is.
Yep.
That's priority.
Yes.
Yep.
Done.
And
I'm out of here.
Oh, I would shout that
yeah.
go find my dad.
Go find my dad.
Yep. So I will let you now. We're kind of moving out of initiative
Yep.
turns and stuff. You're gonna, I assume, just kind of claw into the floor to fly out with
Yep.
Ingrid. You see the same thing.
The big
And
eye.
with your observant, there are undead sailors and pirates crawling all over this whale. And with observant, you also see what Ingrid missed. Underneath the water, there are these strange, massive, eel-like creatures that have multiple mouths, and they're feeding off the flesh of the whale. They're just writhing around, and there's multiple mouths on its body that are just chewing and taking bites at it. You know how, like, eels will go in and take a bite, and then they swim back, and they kind of chew on it. There's a bunch of them in the water, and that was the chaos in the water that Ingrid saw. But the undead are all heading towards the different ships that have been marooned on this island at very rapid speeds. And that's where we're going to end this episode. So we'll see where you guys take this. Actually, we'll do one last thing. The elven girl, will show back up because he was shouting for her. She suddenly appears. She's like, did I miss anything? Her eyes are still super dilated, and you can see her like fingers like twitching like this. You guys are hopeless without me. I have a way out if anyone's looking for it. And that's where we'll leave the episode. Fine. Thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, I believe the giveaway will be wrapping up. In my head, I can't picture which day this will be, but BombSquad RPG Anniversary, hashtag BombSquad RPG Anniversary. To enter the giveaway, and December 28th. Okay, so there'll be a couple more days when this episode comes out. So get it in there if you haven't yet. Enter into that giveaway for custom dice pad and matching dice. Again, if we hit 150 subscribers, it'll be 4 winners instead of 2, and there'll be a special prize on top of the dice pad and dice. And check out the links in our description below for the music, sound effects, and ambience we use, and openlegendrpg.com and heromuster.com to start playing right away.
And happy 2020, because this will be the last episode of 2019.
Ah, yeah! Happy 2020!
2020.
All the
We're there.
acquaintance be forgot and never
We'll see you next year.
Hey, fade it out.
I could just fade. Perfect.
That's so much better. Attaboy, Clarence. Attaboy. Comment below. Name that. Name that quote.
I can only go so long with the shenanigans.
Oh, all right.